All right, here we go. Hey, Tami here, and I have Melinda Love on with me today.
Hey.
Hello, I'm so excited. So
Oh,
Melinda
guys.
does all kinds of things, all healing, just healing, healing, healing. That's what I think about with you. And I also think about love. I love that your name is Melinda Love because love just exudes from you. And I
Thank
find
you.
that healers often that's the case. They just have this tremendous amount of love. What a beautiful gift to have. Can you tell us a little bit? First, just tell us a little bit about what you do. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What are your passions when it comes to?
So I am passionate about everything healing. So natural healing, energy healing. I'm certified in the emotion code, Reiki. I also do group healings. Sometimes stick to the emotion code, or sometimes I kind of do my own thing, which is what I did with all of you here. And I'll explain that a little bit later.
I love that. There's so many different healing modalities, and this is kind of my take on it. I don't feel like anyone's right or wrong. I feel like God leads you in where you're supposed to be at the right
Mhm.
time. And I think that's actually what you just said about your own practice and helping other people is you have all these different, it's like your toolbox or whatever, right? And you're like, this is what's needed here, this is what's needed here. And then you can actually use your intuition and listen and be guided to use what's needed at that time. Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So
Mm,
whether that's frequencies or scans or emotion code or body code or all different types of things. But you're right, there are so many different modalities and they're all a different technique, but you're doing the same thing. You're changing the energy.
I
That's
love
all it is.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do on us? Okay, so first of all, let me explain what we did here. So here in Business in a Box in this group, we've got a lot of healers, and Melinda was like, "I'll do a healing session for whoever you want." So we put a post up, and whoever commented below, that is who this healing session was for. So can you tell us first maybe what you did? Like, what does that mean?
Sure. So I have this little chart and it's also a magnet. So this kind of helps me narrow down trapped emotions. So everything is energy. Every emotion, every belief, everything is energy. And some of those energies are harmonious to your body and some are not. So a trapped emotion is just like a ball of energy that either trapped in your body, either when you overfelt it or you suppressed it. So basically what I'm doing is finding those trapped emotions and releasing them. So how I do that is I use muscle testing. The technique I use is the ring technique. So I say, is there a trapped emotion that can be released now? And if it's a strong response, that means yes. And if it's weak, it means no. And then I use the magnet and the governing meridian to release it. So before I even start, I connect to your energy, or in this case, the energy of the group. And so basically, what I'm doing, I have a proxy connection. So that means we are connected via the quantum field. So anything I do to me, so when I'm releasing it, it's releasing it from you. So for this healing, what I did was anyone whose names and birthday was under that post who gave me permission to connect to you subconsciously, I pre-selected some trapped emotions and other limiting beliefs that could be blocking you from abundance. And I just held the intention to find and release those. So I said, if anyone let me pull out my notes real quick of,
I
for
can go.
example.
I can go. I think I have. Are these your notes?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I pre-selected these common emotions that can block abundance. And
Mhm.
I just asked, is there anyone in the group that has the trapped emotion of guilt, for example, that can be released now? And if the answer was yes, I released it, holding the intention to release it from everyone that it's affecting in the whole group. So that's how that works with the group setting. And I went through all of these and released them. So if any of them applied to you and you had your name on that list, then it was released for you.
Well, I love that explanation. And I have to say something so funny about the, not funny, just interesting about this situation is Melinda, I all of a sudden I was sitting here and I was so completely exhausted. I don't nap, I don't rest. Like I just don't. I went upstairs and I laid in my bed. It was like I was so exhausted. Not a minute later, Melinda texted me and said, I just finished releasing the emotions. And I said, yeah, I can tell. That hit me hard.
Oh my
And
God.
it was amazing. I'm very in tune. Not everybody's going to be as in tune as I am. I'm extremely in tune to any kind of anything emotionally like this. But the crazy thing is, another thing is I had some release or blocks. There were blocks removed financially. And now people might wonder why. How do you know that? I know that because the next day I got 3 different calls from different people. I had money deposited into my account, was surprised. I had another person, another big account, all of a sudden randomly call me and sign up. And I had another, it was bizarre. And I could tell that there was a block. I knew that the last 2 weeks before this, that there was a block financially. I could feel it. And I couldn't remove it, which is interesting. But I think it had to do with the self doubt, and that came from also self worth, and there was a self abuse in there. And so I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I was hitting the right emotions to release the block,
Mm-hmm.
which is so crazy.
That's so awesome. I'm so glad you had those results. And I've noticed that like when I do the healings on myself, um, it seems like you can only get so far.
Yeah,
And then when someone else does it, they can almost like find something that you would
yeah,
never find. I
yeah.
don't know. It's something about when you do your own muscle testing, like I don't know if it's like your own belief, like messing with your results or something. I don't know what
Mhm.
it is, but I kind of found that too, that when someone else does it for me, they find stuff I never find. So
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's
yeah, it is.
interesting. But you know what? It's kind of the same as even in my job when I'm looking at other businesses, I can see it so clearly. When I'm looking at myself, sometimes I can't.
Yeah.
Like, just like because I'm so in it. So it does make
Mhm.
sense. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
fascinating. Okay, so tell us more about what you did here. What is this about?
Okay, so this is abundance blocks or despair anchors. These are basically subconscious beliefs. So the
Mm,
energy of these statements that are in your subconscious mind, and you may or may not be aware of them. But if any of them did apply to you, they were released and replaced with something better. So, for example, I don't have control was replaced with I am the creator of my reality. It's pointless to try was replaced with I embrace the journey of growth. And you could read through the other examples.
wow, I love that. That's powerful. For those of you that want to believe in saying, like this would be a great thing to read off, like
Mhm.
daily. I don't know. That's powerful. Our words have power. I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, and
Mhm.
what are these? No will to energies.
Yeah, so it's a no will to energy. So think of it as like you don't have the will to do something, but only energetically. So you might want to let go or be well or love yourself, but energetically you don't have the will to. So it's like us. It's basically holding you back from whatever the item is on the list. So I switched those energies where they applied to will to. So will to let go, be
Mm,
well, love yourself, forgive yourself, respect yourself, receive support, and align with your true self. So if any of those affected you, they were switched to now you have the will to energy of those.
wow. That is so fascinating. I love it. And I have to say that I also do a lot of the same things Melinda does, or I did. I don't do them as much anymore, but for other people. Um, the emotion code, right? I've used that a lot. I've seen
Mhm.
such incredible results. You use the AO scanner too, and then plus you use all of your knowledge together. And and the group healings are just fascinating. Um, that's just so cool. I can't wait to hear from the other people too. Some testimonies. We'll have to get them to write them below. If you did this group healing and are watching this, write your, if you noticed anything this last week, any shifts, And they're
Yeah,
again,
I think
they're
it
subtle.
was Thursday. It was Thursday
It was
that I did
Thursday.
it.
Okay.
So like Thursday morning. But sometimes when I do this or when anybody does this,
Mhm.
basically what's happening is the energy is picking up where it left off and leaving you, like when it comes to the trapped emotions. So if you felt any of those emotions strongly or up to 2 days after that, you felt it leaving you. So you may have noticed some of those and
I
like,
did. I did. I forgot that. Oh my gosh, I need to go look at those again now.
I wish I would have had a chance to do this sooner so people would have known, like, if you're experiencing any of these things, this is why. So if you're looking
I
back
was
on
I was
Thursday and Friday,
experiencing them. A really rough weekend, like
yeah,
in my headspace. I did. I was really rough. And I actually just made a story about it. But it's making sense. I was releasing
yeah.
some of these things.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's fascinating. Okay, well, thanks so much for sharing and doing this. And if you guys, do you do individual sessions for people? I don't even know.
Sometimes I do, yeah.
But you rather do what? Tell me what you do. Like, anybody want to do a
I
session?
do AOCM mostly, and I also do live, like in-person group events. But I do occasionally do a one-on-one if
But that's not
anyone would.
really your favorite. Is that not your favorite thing to do?
It's not necessarily that, like, I don't know.
I know you do a lot of live. I don't like doing one-on-ones necessarily. They drained me a lot. I got very
Yeah.
drained from doing
Oh,
them, but
yeah. I guess I just didn't want to end up getting booked out with one-on-ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it can be
So
very
when
draining,
people request it, I do it. And yeah,
right?
but I don't
Well,
have
I
it
guess
like,
you could also get
oh,
it done for your group. I mean, like, I would think that businesses could get this done for their employees, stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, that's a
that
good
would be a
idea.
really,
Thank you.
that'd be a really great thing for businesses to do, right? Every week, do a healing session for whoever wants. See if those
Yeah.
employees do better. I bet you they would,
Yeah. Yeah, for the abundance blocks, right? Yeah,
right?
that's a good idea. I love that.
For the company. Anyway, thanks so much for sharing and doing this. What an amazing gift. I really, really appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.